Hi, this is Kath. I recently read this article and I thought you'd love, well, maybe not love, but like to know what it was about too, because it was written by an obituary writer. Yes, and her information will be down below on this. But what I got from this was the stories that she told about when she started being an obituary writer, and she was concerned that, people would cry and she wouldn't know how to comfort them, or that she wouldn't be able to capture a stranger's life. But she set about it, and she tells a story of the first woman that she came in contact with. This woman's brother had died when he was 56, and he didn't have a wife, he never married, and he didn't have any kids. And the sister hadn't been in touch with him for a decade or two, and she was wondering, what do I say about this? So she hired a professional, this obituary writer, and together they started talking. And what emerged was, after she'd listened for a while to the sister, she started mentioning, oh, he was really popular in high school and had a lot of friends. And then she went on to say that he was really kind to everyone. And the obituary writer asked her, oh, well, how was that? And she said, when he would be heading into work in the morning, he would check with his coworkers and ask what they wanted, and he would bring them all coffee, whatever they wanted, in the morning. She said he would show up with trays for his coworkers. So that was one of the stories that captured the essence of this man. And then she goes on to tell the story about working with a woman whose mom had died, and her mom had a very traumatic life and several marriages that didn't work. What to say about this woman's life? And so the mom was asked, or the daughter was asked, what made her smile? And she immediately lit up, and she said that her mom had a collection of teddy bears, and the grandkids would come over, and that was the first thing they wanted to do, was to play with the teddy bears. And also that she kept some sweet beans on the stove, and so when in case the grandchildren came over. So obituaries, what do they have to teach us? And one of the things is that it's not about, how long you were married or when you retired or even the accolades, but it's, how we made other people feel and how we saw the world and how we might have changed the world. Really interesting things to focus on. And so on she goes, writing obituaries. And the third story and the final story is about the one that first made her cry. And she was on the phone with a daughter whose father had died. And the daughter was saying how the father was unable to express emotions. But his wife, who had died prior, had a chronic cough, and the husband would always keep cough lozenges in his pocket. And the daughter said that when her father died and she went through his jacket, she found, how did she describe it? Not oodles, she didn't use the word oodles, but she said after he died, she pulled out fistfuls of crumpled wax papers from his pocket. We all find our ways, don't we? So the lessons I brought into this new year from this article, and you might enjoy also, is the reminders that it really isn't about, what your accomplishments are, although that's lovely, but it's about how you and I, how we made people smile, and how it is really about the little things. It's really about the little things. So I would add to that one thing that I heard recently, because we're in the phase right now of honoring President Jimmy Carter. And one of the stories that was told at his memorial was this, and it came from somebody that was a mentor to him. And this mentor taught him, and Jimmy said that he used it his entire life, that when he comes to be with someone, he is saying to himself, I have love in my heart, and I have love for the person who is in front of me. So along with being reminded that truly it's the little things that people remember, let's add to that maybe a new practice for this year, that we keep in our minds that we have love in our heart and that we have love for the person in front of us. I know some days that would be a little tricky to pull off, but let's see if we want to add that to this year, and how would it add to the quality of the whole 365 days, minus the few that we've already used up. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Let's see what happens. Thanks for listening.